teaching learning platform. We call it MOODLE. And this is basically a learning management system that you can utilize for several essential needs while managing your courses, or we can say annual programs, semester programs. Even the entire task that you have to do as a teacher can be handled on the single LMS named MOODLE. What it is basically, MOODLE stands for Modular Object Oriented Dynamic Learning Environment, and it allows teachers to almost handle every aspect of teaching learning that was earlier present in the traditional mode. So generally we have so many register to maintain attendance, we have so many assignments collected in our office premises, and unlimited things that we keep on managing in traditional way from several years. But now as things are getting online, so people are looking for options to manage even entire class requirements online only. And for this, the experts have created this particular learning management system. And it is getting so much popular within very few years. You can see, if you go to the official website of MOODLE platform, you will see the stats about it. So for example, this one we have is the official website of MOODLE, and the statistics I have opened up. So you can see how many number of sites are already being created on MOODLE platform by different educators. Such a huge number of courses are being run, and including the students and teachers, this is the huge count that is already available on the MOODLE platform. And even 242 different countries are continuously working on this particular platform with a variety of resources. And you can see that they are continuously using it for student enrollments, for running some quiz questions, for managing different teaching learning resources, as well as there are several active forums where students, teachers, and experts can interact with each other. So this shows the craze behind this MOODLE platform among the educators as well as students across the world. And the good thing about this platform is it is an open source terminal. And you can definitely have plenty of demos available that as a beginner anyone can utilize. And even the official website can also help you with. You can see the demo section or the download etc. over here. So even if we go to the home page itself, here you can see several options are already available, such as we can have on the bottom of this page, some community links are given. So for a beginner, these things are very important, such as the recommendations and requirements you need to install MOODLE on your platform. Similarly, how you can set up your courses, how you can upgrade different requirements while you are working on this LMS, because there are unlimited number of plugins also within the MOODLE platform. So if you need any help regarding that also, or how a specific plugin works, that functionality detail also you can find in the links. And if you have to grow with the products that are available on the MOODLE platform, information about that is also available. And because this is the open source platform, so you will find a huge community who is continuously working in this area, and they can help you to get very collaborative responses whenever you have certain queries. So this particular scenario definitely makes MOODLE one of the most engaging platform for the beginners, because they can get easy help to proceed ahead. So currently we are going to talk about few essential details first, such as, first of all, what this learning management system is all about. It is basically a framework that can help you to manage online teaching learning. And many people these days are using it for traditional classroom teaching trainings as well, because it can help you to enroll students from your classroom environment, and you can keep on sharing details with them on the go. Maybe the assignments you want to share, maybe you want to run some exams, some quizzes, etc. So everything you can do from here. And it can be even utilized to have your entire course plan. So you can even update the calendar over here. You can have the planning for your sessionals, tests, exams, everything you can have over here. So this is going to be easier for teachers to manage the course materials and different class activities, as well as to communicate with the students. And whenever there is an activity that you want to announce to the entire class or the different semesters that you have, those things you can handle very easily with this Moodle platform. And the good thing is that your Moodle platform also provides you access to a great number of plugins that as a beginner you can easily install. They require very simple approach, just making sure that you have uh, an idea about what type of plugin you need, because even for one task you will find like 10 different plugins. So first of all you will need to explore little bit description about those plugins, and then you can get a hit and trial with those. And most of these plugins are accessible for free as well, so you can get them on your Moodle site, and you can start exploring them for different types of requests in the sequence. And in order to access your Moodle LMS, there are unlimited different ways, but few of them I have highlighted over here, because several online platforms these days are providing support for Moodle LMS, since this is getting popular day by day. And the good thing about this is the Moodle runs without any modification on almost every type of operating system, and you need not to have any additional support. It can easily work around. And when we talk about the online platform, some of the most popularly used websites are Moodle Cloud and Genomio. These two are widely preferred by the educators, although you will find many other options also. And then for the offline one, if you want to start with the local host based, maybe within your campus you want to run it, and you have the local host option over there. So for that also we can have some servers on our own systems, and then as a teacher you can manage it within your campus. So for this, the widely used options are WAM server, XAMPP server, and Bitnami installer. So any of these you can use. So because we have a limited time in this session, and the Moodle platform itself is a very massive platform, we can say there are like thousands of options that you can explore. So we cannot go through all these options, but I'll try to explain you one from the online section, that is Genomio, and other from the offline, that is a web server. So both of them you can access, and it will help you to understand that how on both platforms you can work, and what the differences may be if you go online or if you go offline. So there may be some differences. So starting with your implementations, that what options we may have. First of all, this is your Genomio website that you can use for creating your Moodle platforms. And maybe their server is down today, so they are saying it. A notice they have updated that currently it is not possible to create any new site. So when there are some updates going behind, so at that time this notice appears over here. But after a few hours or maybe a day, you may get the option to create your website over here. And how that appears, basically you will have something similar to, if I open this platform, that was your Moodle Cloud. So you will similarly have that option. You will first add your site name, and the password will not be required there. It will ask you to provide your site name as well as email ID in case of Genomio. So generally two things you have to create. One will be the site name that you want to use, that you have to update. And second thing is email ID on which you want to receive URL of your website. So there will be two boxes. Instead of this notice, there will be two boxes. One will be site name and one will be email ID, where you have to enter a valid email ID, and your link to site will be sent to you along with a random password that they generate, which definitely you can change later on. And along with this, the third option here will be the language choice that you can definitely choose, and mostly maybe you will have English language. So you can choose language, that in which language you want to create your website, because they allow several different native languages to be updated here. And ultimately there will be a checkbox for some terms and conditions. These are the only details you have to fill while creating your website. And one important thing, while writing your site name, it should be a unique site name, because this is something like a domain name you will be creating for your website. So it will accept a unique site name. So you may have to try a very unique name, which can be accepted to be created as a site. And ultimately, the site name will be created as whatever name you have entered. And after that, genomio.com will be automatically added into the system. So this will become your website URL. So this is the initial information that you may need, because currently we don't have the option here to create the site. So I have provided you just instructions that you may need to enter here. And as soon as you check on the box for terms and condition and submit your details, it will send you an email on your official ID that you have entered over here. So exactly same email ID will receive a email from Genomio platform, and the email will look something like this, because I have already created one website over there. So I can show you that it will be Genomio support email, where you will get Moodle site link that you have created. For example, in my case, the name I have added for the site is my site, just a random name I have picked here. And along with this, they will provide the login information. And this is just a randomly generated password from their end, which you can definitely update once you log into your platform. So once you have received this particular email ID, the next thing you have to do is just click on this. The link that you have received, just you have to click on this, and it will take you to the site, the same URL you will get, for which you have created your site name earlier. Because in my case, I have already logged into the platform, so I can see that over here my platform is active right now. But in your case, it will be asking you to put your login details instead of this dashboard. So in order to enter those login details, you can check them from here itself. You have the username as well as the password. So these details you will be entering, and as soon as you update this information, you will have this page ready on your system. You will be able to explore the dashboard right here. And one important thing you will see here is, on the top of the screen, you will find some advertisements over here. Since this is an open source platform and they have some marketing collaborations for maybe for their financial support. So these advertisements keep on coming, but this is not going to affect your system anyhow, because with the free version on the Genomio, these things keep on coming. But if you have a subscription based version, you can avoid these things. Of course, that is optional if you want to do that. So currently, since I have logged in into the platform, I can see this. And the first most thing, when you have entered the platform, the first most thing you have to do is go to your profile settings. And that you can find here on the top right corner. Currently, I can see AU over here. So what you have to do is just open the drop down menu from here. Either you can go to the preferences or you can go to the profile section, just to update your password. That will be the first thing, because here you have a randomly generated password that definitely you may forget, or this is not even safe to use. So we can get back to the platform, and here, for example, you go to preferences section, and inside this we will have admin user controls, where you will find option to change password. So you can go to this change password setting, and from here you can update your new password that you want to use for the site. And after that, you will be ready to use it in the secure mode. This is the first option we have to try. And after this, once you are ready with the new password and your site is secured, as a teacher, because you will be making so many updates on your website, so the first thing you need is this edit mode. This edit mode will be active on the teacher profile only. If you have enrolled some students on the platform, they will not be able to edit the website. That is why when you have created it as a teacher, this edit mode is right here. And if you have not enabled this edit mode, you will not get access to update anything into this website. So whenever you start doing anything on your website, just go to this top right corner and click on this button. And you can see now it is turned on. And once it is turned on, you will find several options further to make changes, such as now it is saying add a block, because now it permits us to do so many changes in the website. And along with this, on the dashboard itself, we have few limited options. One is a timeline option and other is a calendar option. Since there are unlimited number of options available on Moodle platform, I'll be exploring some of the most essential ones considering the time limit of this session. And first we are going to explore is the calendar option. This one you can utilize to manage the entire course plan with your particular we can say semester or annual program, whatever you are teaching right now. And for this, generally what we do in most of the universities or institutions, right from the beginning of the semester, we have a specific course plan. For example, when you have to conduct the sessional exams, when will be the class test, or when will be some events for the students, everything you can plan in advance. And that you can do right from here. In the calendar option, we have new event. So for instance, earlier I had created some new events. You can see here on 10th, I can see a sessional exam option over here, since I have added this marker already. But your case, when you have to enter a new event, just click on this and it will ask you few details. What is the event title, first of all? So for example, I want to add a class test over here. And then on which date you want to conduct it, that I can update. For example, I can do it maybe on 12th June. And similarly, if you have any timing requirements, that also you can update. And these are the only things that you have to update. Once you have saved it, the things will be updated here. You can see the calendar has been updated. And when you have enrolled students on this particular platform, I'll tell you that how you enroll students on this, then those students will be also able to see this calendar, so that they can be prepared about things. They will be seeing that if there is a sessional exam coming, if there is a class test coming, so all those updates they will get instantly. That is a on the go platform for the teachers as well as students. So unlimited number of session plans you can have on this calendar, and they can be mutually seen by the teacher as well as the students. So after this, now let us go to another important side, another important thing, that is site administration. Because as a teacher, you need to enroll some students on the platform. So you just have to click on site administration first of all. And you can see here we have plenty of options on site administration. There are user management, course management, grade management, few plugins are also there, appearance settings you can do on the local server or the on some web server, whatever changes you have to make, that is also there, and few other things also. And each one of them further is going to have plenty of sub options, as you can see here, because I already told you that there are like thousands of settings that as a teacher you can do on the platform. But as we cannot explore each one of them, I can give you just highlight of few, and then we will learn about how to enroll your users as well. So that will be more important. So first of all, if you have some existing courses on your Moodle site, you can go to the courses section, and here they ask you to manage courses or categories. If you have to add some categories, some new course you have to create, all those things you will find here. And other than this, if you have to manage some grades about students, that also you can do from here. If you want to change appearance of your particular website, maybe you want to add some logos, some blog or some forums, etc., all those things you can do from here. Even the themes can be changed, like if you want to make your website a little bit creative to appear, so all those things, adjustments you can do for the appearance. But most important one right now for us is this user section in the site administration, because as a teacher you need to add some users, that will be the students who will be accessing this platform on the other end. So for that we have the first section available over here, and there are all the multiple things you will find, but we will be exploring two most important ones. One is add a new user and one is upload user. So when you have to add a user one by one. Maybe one by one you want to make entry for all the students, then you can do it with add a new user. But if you have a bulk assignment, maybe you have like 60, 30, or maybe hundreds of students to be uploaded to the course platform, then you can use upload users option that allows you to upload a CSV file directly and the users will be enrolled. So let us explore. First of all, let us add a new user with this manual option. And for this, when we click on add users option, it will take you to a new window where we get information about whatever we need to update about the student. So maybe the student username, first of all, we can add. If you have their roll number, if you have their name, whatever you want to keep as username, you can update that. So for instance, I keep it as student 100, maybe. Just a random name I'm using over here. And we are doing it manual update, so that is fine. And then a password we have to update. So in order to update password, there are two things. One is if you keep this field empty, then it is fine. Your student can update their password when they will receive the link. And second thing is, if you have updated the password in the similar manner as I told you to change password, they will also be able to change the password. So you can ask them to change the password later on, or definitely this is your choice how you need to manage your student accounts. So for example, you can follow the criteria from here, like what they have mentioned to create the password, some capital letters and some small and capital digits. So all that sequence you can follow. So for instance, I'm making it like a random password student at the rate 100. We are making it considering all these essential details. And after this, we can add maybe other details of the student, such as we can write it maybe student test. So I'm adding these details. And if you have the email ID of the student, definitely you can update that. So currently I'm adding any random email ID. For example, here I have teststudent@gmail.com. So you will be entering the real ID of your student so that they can access it from the email ID itself. So these are the only essential details. If you need to update more things like some city town details, or we have some specific description about the students, or if you have the user picture, maybe you want to update picture of the student as well, all those things we can do. Some additional names or interest optional, all these things you can update over here, but we are doing just the essential details. Then we can click on create user option and it will update your website. So currently it says only lowercase is allowed. So we have to change this and we can get back to create user. So this is now updated. It says changes saved, and because I have already added few users, so they are also available in the list. And one more we have added now. So you can see this test user I have added recently. So this was the email ID and all the details we have updated over here. So along with admin user, now we have few more users in the sequence. And now you can update any number of user. Maybe you can keep on clicking add new user, and you can keep on adding one by one all your students. But of course, that is going to be time consuming as a teacher. So you would like to update maybe a CSV file directly with all the student details. So for that, we have a very simple option, upload users. We can click on this and it will allow you to update a CSV file. For example, here we have option to choose a file. But now there is one important thing. You have to ensure that the CSV file is created in a acceptable format. It will not accept XLS files. That is one criteria. It will only need CSV file. So .csv you have to create. And what should be the format of those details in that Excel file? So for that, they have given an example CSV. So you can click on this and you can download this to check that how it should appear. For instance, I have already downloaded it, so I can show you that one. So here we have the example CSV. It is opening right now. So you can see they have given the example username, first name, last name, email ID. These are the essential details that you can update. And you can even add one more column, that will be your password column, if you want to give them precisely from your end. So that password column also you can add after the username column. That will work for all your details. So once you have created a Excel file like this, for example, I have also created a sample file just following these details. So we can see the sample user file over here. This one I have created with username. Maybe you can use roll number or maybe name of the student as username. And then the password I have created, because it requires you to have first letter capital in, or maybe one letter capital in the password. So I have created something like that sequence. Then first name and last name, some random digits I have entered. And ultimately some email IDs in random sequence I have added. But of course, you can update them as per your student details. So once this CSV file is ready, you can upload it directly on your platform. So we can just close this for now and let us see how we can upload it. So now I can choose file, and if the format matches, then only it will allow you to upload. So we can see if format matches, and we can go to the platform where we have saved our file. So that must be on the desktop. And from here, I'm using this sample users file. And it is attached now, and we can upload this file. So let us see if it works. So now we can see this is a preview of user details, and it has identified that there is one duplicate email address. So you can see that how fast it has detected the change, because one user that I recently added as a manual user. So for that, I have used same email ID. So it has immediately detected that there is a duplicate address. So even if there is a mistake in entries, that also can be immediately detected. So currently, let us go ahead with these details, and we will see. We can click on upload user option from here, and let us see. So the duplicate user, it has highlighted over here, and it said that it has not updated that into the system. And other than this, all the other users are right here. So it says you have created 4 users, although I did 5, but it uploaded only 4 out of them. And the password details, everything is updated over here. So we can continue, and the updates we can see over here. Okay, so if it requires you to change the email ID of the student, then you can do that. For instance, if I change the email ID that we had for shown as a mistake over here. So for instance, I open it again and I just update the email ID to some other IDs. For instance, I'm keeping it like 10 over here. Saving the details and getting back to the upload option. So let me choose the file, and we can have the sample users file again, and then upload this file. So we can upload the users, and we can see all of them are here now. Okay, so it has taken up the previous users already. So that is why it is saying duplicate addresses. So let us get back to the site administration, and we can see if the users are there or not. So let us go to the users section. So whatever user list it has updated from our this CSV, it will show that. So we can see browse list of users. And when we browse it, we can see that all of them are updated by this. That is why it was showing duplicate address second time also. So we have this detail right here, and now we can see that there are multiple users uploaded. The first one is the admin user, and remaining we have the students. Now, one important thing we need to note here. We have currently uploaded these students to Moodle website, not to a specific course. Because on this Moodle site, we can run multiple courses. And whatever students belongs to a specific course, that you can select further while entering into a specific course. So that maybe you have updated like 50 students names over here, out of which maybe 20 students belong to one section and 30 belong to some other course. You can select those names and you can enroll them to the specific course, and you can manage all your semesters from the same website itself. So the first thing we have done is we have uploaded 9 different users over here, and now we are ready to create our course. So let us see. I have clicked on the My Courses option right here. And within that, now currently you can see I already have 2 courses active over here. In your case, when you are doing it first time, so these 2 options may be clean. You may not find any courses over here. And now in order to create a new course, you can click on these 3 dots and then new course. Or if you want to manage the existing ones, that option is also there. So we can click on new courses right here, and then it will ask you to enter few details. The name of new course, for example, we are creating a course for teaching learning, and a short name you can provide it, maybe TL2023 I'm adding. And then if you want to add few more details, that also we can update. For example, course start date, end date, or course ID number. These are some details that you can update as per your choice. So let us keep them these details as it is, or you can just use drop down menu to change these values, and you can have anything as per your sequence. If you want to add any description for the course, that is also possible, like a summary or the objective statement, or what are the essentials that will be covered in this particular course. So all those things we can update in the description section. So for instance, this course is designed for teaching learning training. Just a random description I have added. And once all your details are ready, you can also update course image. Maybe you want to update some banner, or maybe some logo, or maybe university information in a specific banner, that you can update over here. That is definitely optional. And few more details are also there. As per your requirement, you can make changes. But currently, we are just clicking on save and display, because the essential ones we have updated already. So now your course Teaching Learning 2023 is ready. And within this course, you will find plenty of options now. For instance, they have inserted a forum over here. For the announcements, there is an option to add new activities. Then they have inserted few topics also. You can see 4 different topics, and if you want to increase that also, you can do further using the add topic option. So now you are ready to establish your specific course, and you can also enroll participants to this, and you can make different types of announcements as well. So let us first of all add some participants to this course, because as I told you earlier, we have loaded those participants only to the website, and now we want to enroll them on this particular course. So for that, we simply need to go to participants option, and within this participants option, we will be able to click on enroll users. So currently you can see here is only one admin user, because recently I have created this particular course, so there is no other student enrolled. But if we want to add more, we will just click on enroll users, and here we can use the search menu. So whatever students you have already added on the website, the list will be available, and you can choose them as per your requirement. So for instance, we can have the list over here. Maybe we want to select this user, and we can select this user, and maybe one more student. So these 3 users, as a random sequence, I have added. This one I have added with the genuine email ID, and 2 are some random email IDs. This one I'll be using to demonstrate to you the student section along with the course. So we can now click on enroll users. And here we can see now, along with admin user, we have few other also. So the admin user is marked as a teacher over here, and other roles are also defined. So if you need to change the roles, that also you can do from here. Maybe if some multiple teachers are to be assigned, that is also possible from here. And now your user list is ready, means your students are loaded. And now we can go back to your course again, where we can make different updates. And now as we have updated the details or the course, we can say, and the user is also updated. Now let us see the user platform. So for that, I have opened up a new platform on, we can say, different browser, just to see that how it appears. And in this platform, I have logged in from the same email ID that I used as an alternative for the student account. So from that, I have logged in. In order to make your students access your email ID, your this Moodle platform, what you have to do simply, you just have to share your this particular link, mysite.synomio.com, with the students, so that they can click on this and then they will be allowed to log in. And the login details also you can share with them, because you have created the login for them. So as soon as they get their login details, they just have to open up this website on their browser, and they have to enter their username and password only, and they will be enrolled into the platform. So as soon as they are able to access your this user link, you can see, as a student, the details are uploaded here, and you will see that the edit mode is missing over here. In the teacher section, we were having that edit mode, but currently the role for this particular email ID is the student role, so the edit option is not there, so that your students do not make any random changes into the website that you have created for managing the course. And now you can see one course for which the student is already enrolled, that is available here. But as I have now enrolled the student to one more course, so we can refresh this window and we can see if the other course is updated or not. So as I refresh this window, we can see here one more course is now added. That is your Teaching Learning 2023 course. And the student is now ready to click on this. They will be able to see whatever settings you have on the teacher terminal. So currently, because we have not made any changes to the website over there, so here also they are able to see just the plain information. So now let us make some changes one by one on your Moodle platform. So getting back to the teacher account with edit mode on as a teacher, and there we can start making some updates to our course. And there are so many things that you can do here while managing different topics. So let us first of all create these topics, so that we can segregate the sections that we will teach to our students throughout the semester. So first we have created a thing over here is general announcements. So for example, I want to create it as first option, and while entering this, you may need to use the enter button, and then it will be updated. After this, the next thing, maybe the first topic I want to edit, since this is a teaching learning course, so maybe some topics you may have predefined in your course. So let us say that maybe it is a traditional teaching practices we are adding as first topic. I'm clicking on enter and it will be updated. Similarly, maybe the second topic I'm entering like modern teaching learning. So I have to click enter and this will be also updated. And maybe the third one we can say like modern teaching learning tools. And last one, for example, I'm updating like online teaching learning. So now we have added 4 different topics to the course. And whatever changes we have made here on the platform, they will be reflected back on the student terminal as well. So if we go back to the student terminal and refresh this one, and we can see all the changes are now reflected on the student terminal directly. They can click on these details, and if anything else is updated below, that will be also accessible to the students. So now let us start making some slight updates in every section, and we will see how students will be able to interact through them. So first of all, getting back to our teacher mode, and here let us make a general announcement first of all. So I can go to this announcement section, and maybe in this forum, this forum is automatically added here, but I'll tell you that how you add these things if you have to add more, because that will be with the help of some additional activity options. So first, because forum is already available, so let me add one discussion topic into the forum so that students can start interacting. So we can click on add a discussion topic, and maybe the subject we can add is like traditional versus modern learning. So the debate topic I have updated for the students. And if there is a message for the student, that we can update over here so that they can see through it. So maybe we can say like discussion will be active for next 2 days. Just one message I have added over here. And now we are ready to post it. So we can click on post to forum. And you can see here, it says the post was successfully edited, and it allows you to edit it for next 30 minutes. And after that, it will be a permanent link. So the discussion topic is updated, and let us see how it appears on the student side. First of all, we can see it on the teacher terminal that the announcement is already made, and we can switch to the student terminal now. And here, let me first of all refresh it, and then we can see the announcement section over here. I can click on this, and within announcements now, you can see the student is able to see that there are some changes made by the admin user or the teacher. And they can click on this to know more details. And you can see the forum update is here. The discussion will be active for 2 days, and whatever information they can have here, they can see the updates for this. So after this, now the first update we have made from the teacher platform, and we can see that on the student terminal over here. And now let us do few more activities. For that, there are plenty of pre-existing plugins on the MOODLE website. And let me show you one important thing. When we go to the site administration part on the Genomio website, here you will have the plugins option, and it shows plugin overview only. You are not allowed to add new plugins. But when you do the same thing from the local host, if you are creating website on the local host, you will be allowed to update new plugins as well. For instance, let me show you one website from the local host also. So this website I have created on the local host with WAMP server. So if anyone is interested to create it on the local host, there are few essential WAMP server settings that you may need to do in advance, and there is a number of steps that you have to follow. So I will share a link with your coordinator by the end of the session, so they can provide you that link if you need that, and you can follow those steps to set up your WAMP server as well as your MOODLE website, because that will be an additional task that we cannot cover in this session. But once you have followed those steps, you will be ready to create this local host site, and the further details will be same as the Genomio site. You have the same login details, you have same dashboard, just the advertisements of course are missing, but everything else is same. You have dashboard, my courses, site administration, everything same as Genomio. Just the WAMP server setting, or if you are using XAMPP server or Bitnami server, that setting you have to do additionally. So one reference link, I'll provide that for you. And once it is ready, now one thing that I was telling you, the plugin option. In comparison to online website as well as local host, what will be the difference? So you can see here, if I go to the plugins option, here you can see additional option, which is install plugins. And with the help of this, you can add several new plugins into your platform. For example, if I click on this, it will take you to the official terminal. For example, it is a plugin installer, and it asks you if you want to do plugin installation from the plugins directory, or if you have already downloaded some zip file that you can upload directly. So let us explore the plugins directory provided by the MOODLE platform. And it says that either you have to log into the MOODLE platform, or you can explore them as a guest user. So let us browse them as a guest user directly. And here you can see several plugins available to manage your educational requirements. So maybe if you want a plugin to manage attendance, that you can find. So for instance, we can search here attendance plugin, and you can see several plugins are there to manage your attendance. You can choose any one of them and you can start managing your attendance. Similarly, if you want to add even the video conferencing information within your this platform, you can search for that, and it has plenty of options such as video conference tools we have, team viewer classroom we have, video time we have, and even the good thing is you can have Zoom also in this. Zoom meeting is also there, and even Google Meet is also there. So you can see Google Meet for Moodle is available. Similarly, Teams meeting is available. All the video conferencing tools are already available, so that you can conduct your online sessions also from the Moodle platform itself. You just have to click on this, and it will allow you to do further installation. Since many of these plugins I have already installed, and these are going to take little bit extra time depending upon how big the plugin is and how much internet it may require, because the bigger plugins are definitely going to take more time, and the speed of the internet must be good in that. So we are not going to do complete plugin installation over here, but the step is very easy. You just have to click on the specific plugin that you need, and you can click on download from here, and it will just follow few settings. It will ask you to agree for the agreements, etc., and soon after that the installation will begin automatically. And once the installation is done, it will ask you to continue, and you have to click on continue button, and after that the plugin will be added on your Moodle platform. So currently I have installed many such plugins, and I'll explore them for you, that how you can get them and how you can use them. So once this plugin information is ready, and for one important thing, that even on your Genomio site, some plugins are already there, but yes, they will not allow you to add any new plugin. Some basic plugins are already there. So on the Genomio website, we can start using some basic plugins first of all. So go to My Courses section, going to your Teaching Learning section, and within this, we are going to add an activity or resource. Click on this, and now this is the entire list of plugins that is already available on the platform. And you can see we can also segregate them into different sections. All plugins related to activities between students, that are listed in this case. And resource plugin, if you have to share some resources with the student, that plugin is also listed over here. Maybe you want to share some books, materials, files, folders, anything with them, so that you can find from the resource plugin. And activities that you want to run with the courses, that also is available over here. Because even after that, on the local host, you can add like hundreds of more plugins as per your class management requirement. So although we cannot explore each one of them, but let us do few of them just to see how we can interact with them. So first of all, we are using a chat plugin from here. So maybe you want to allow your students to chat with the teacher, so that they can ask their doubts, their queries, anything they have in mind during the session. So for that, we can create a chat platform. And on Moodle, this chat platform, this is like a chat room you can create. And this is a live chat room platform. We can see how it works. So first of all, I'm adding name of this chat room. So based on the course name, I'm creating it like Teaching Learning 2023 chat I have created. And a description about this if you want to give. And if you want to restrict this chat, maybe for a specific time, maybe you do not want to allow it for entire day or maybe for 24 hours, so you can restrict that time also from here. And if there is some restricted access for the students, that also you can update. And once you are done with the details, I have added just the name, and it will be ready. It is enough for the initial settings. You have to click on save and display. You need not to use save and return to course, because if you do this one, it will not be displayed on the student side. So when you have to display it on the student side also, we have to click on save and display. So let me click on this, and we can see the updated format here. So it says chat is ready, and it asks teacher to enter the chat. And if they need more details about some settings or some more information, that is also available over here. And let us see how it appears on the student terminal now, because we have added a chat option. So let us go to the student terminal, and I'm refreshing this particular platform. And within the announcements, first we go to general announcements, and here you can see the chat section is activated now. And let us see how it works. That is a more interesting part, because as I told you, this is a live chat room. So if student click on enter the chat, or even if teacher clicks on enter the chat, you can see The chat window is active here now. One pop-up appeared and the chat window is here. And it says just the student is active. The student name is here. And similarly, on the teacher window, we go to teacher window and we click on enter the chat. So one more terminal is open now. You can see we can have now live chat. So on the teacher's laptop as well as on the student laptop, these two windows will be available as live platforms. And in this, maybe student, one thing you can see is on the student terminal, the student name is in bold. On the teacher terminal, the teacher name is on the board. And now they are allowed to do live chat. So if students need to discuss something with the teacher any hour of the day, they can update their queries over here. So for instance, the student wants to ask any query, you can see it is updated live on the other platform. So maybe it is like, I have a doubt, they are updating over here. And you can see instantly it appeared on the teacher's window as well. So whatever reply teachers are giving, that will be instantly appearing on the student window as well. So for example, I will discuss in today's class. So whatever admin has updated, that will be available on the student window. So in this manner, teachers and students can have live interaction on the Moodle platform directly. And this is very easy to manage. You just have to create the chat room and this is active. And all the sessions that you have taken on this chat room with individual students, because this will be one-to-one interaction with the student. You will have only one student at a time working on this. So all those chat sessions will be even saved within your course platform. So that even if you want to access some past sessions, that what interaction you have had with the student, they will be saved for your reference. So let us close these two windows first of all, and we will get back to your Moodle platform. And on the teacher terminal here, if I refresh it again, we can see the chat information. Here you can see current user details are updated. And other than this, one more thing is added now. Earlier, this past session was missing. So we can click on the past session over here. And in this, we can see the session or we can delete the session. So these controls are available with the teachers only. These controls will not be with the students. So with this initial interaction, we have seen the live interaction between the teachers and the students. And now we can get back to the course again. And from the course section, if you want to do some new updates, that we can see. Now, for instance, now after the chat option, let us make some changes to first topic. So for this, again, we can click on add an activity or resource. And inside this, there are plenty of options that we can access. So first of all, maybe you want to create a book for the students based on whatever sessions you are taking. So we can click on the book option over here. This is also a kind of plugin added to the Moodle platform. And maybe we want to write it like textbook for topic 1. A name I have given. And here we can say like all relevant content for topic 1 will be available in this book. This is a description for the book I have added. And few additional settings also you have again that I'm not using right now. So we can again click on save and display. And you can see the textbook is updated, and now the Moodle platform is asking you to update new chapters. So in this book, what is the special feature basically? One thing is that you can also import chapters. If you have already created your chapters, you can update them. And it allows some limited formats such as HTML file you can update, or you can have a folder, which is a zip file. Two options it allows. But at the same time, if you want to create your chapter right here, maybe you are teaching something to the student today and now you want to create a chapter for them. So you can add a chapter title over here. For example, introduction. Since our first topic was traditional learning, so maybe first topic is introduction to traditional learning, and all the content that you have relevant to this, maybe some notes that you have prepared, anything that you have as a tutorial for the students, that you can write here. in the content option. So you can also insert some images, you can create formats, you can have the attachments or links, etc. Everything we can do inside this content box. So currently, let me add just one simple statement. This content is here for info only. So you can have the entire chapter over here. And once everything you have added, you can save the changes. So you can see the table of content appeared automatically, because for the book, this table of content is essential. And if you want to make any changes, every detail is here. If you want to delete, if you want to make some sub blocks further, all those things you can do right here. And if you want to add one new chapter after this, you can click on this plus button and it will allow you to create new chapters after this. So all those details we can update one by one. For example, you click on this add a block and it will again take you to whatever information you want to add within this chapter. Maybe some bookmarks you want to add, some block tags or comments, etc. Whatever updates you want to make, that we can do as in block over here. And the changes that you have made over here, that will be automatically reflected on the student terminal again. So you can see here, if we can update this one, because I have made this change in the traditional teaching practices, that was the first topic. So student can access the textbook for topic 1 over here. So whatever reference you want to provide them, because currently I have not added more details in this, but yes, they can see the chapter wise information right here. It will help them to access the notes on the active manner. So whatever you have taught them today, maybe by the evening, you can update the notes and they will be able to access it over here. Next to this, let us explore one more plugin option that we can add into the system. So for this, I can, and one more thing, you can access all your topics from this right bar also. You can close this and you can click on this. They will appear right here, same as you can see on the student terminal. So maybe in the second section now, I want to make some updates. So here I can go to the option and we can add an activity or resource. And now, for example, we want to add a choice option. How this choice option you can use, maybe you are planning the curriculum and you want to add some elective subjects for the semester. So the choice option will help you with that. You can ask your students that what are their preferred subject for the electives option, so that you can put that subject in the your final syllabus. In the curriculum design, you can take help from the student feedbacks. So for this, first of all, I have just clicked on choice option. That was a choice plugin available in your Moodle platform. And then choice name I have to add. For example, elective subject for the semester I'm adding here. And description for the students, you have to choose your favorite subject for the semester over here. So I have written the simple description. And after this, we can update it. For example, what options you want to give them or whatever changes they can make. There are few additional settings. For example, allow students to be updated, allow choice to be updated. So that, of course, you have to do yes, so that students can mark their entries. And if you want to allow your students to choose more than one subjects, so that also you can select from here. Maybe they have 2-3 different choices. And if there is a limit for number of responses, that also you can do. And after this, now we are ready to update options. So whatever options you have for the students, that you can update here. So let me add some random options, like maybe a first subject you want to add is deep learning for the students as an optional elective subject. And then maybe we have machine learning. One more we can have like blockchain, and then we can have maybe data science. So maybe you are enrolling some emerging branches into the semester. So options we have updated, and for each one of them, now students will be able to mark their answers. So let us click on save and display, so that your elective choice is ready. So you can see currently no results are available since students have not yet marked details. So once the things are appearing on the student window, let me get back to the student window over here. And as we have made these changes to this particular section, so let us explore this one, that what changes we can see right now. I'm just refreshing this terminal and then we can see the changes. So you can see on the student terminal now, elective subject for semester option is ready. So let us click on this, and next to this, students are able to see the options and the instructions also. It is written you have to choose your favorite subject for the semester, and result they can choose. And the students will also be able to get the answers once everyone in their team has updated their responses. So as the student need to update their choices, so for example, if they have selected machine learning and blockchain as their favorite subjects, so we can save the choices and it will be done from the student end. You can see the choice has been saved and your selection is also updated. So if students need to make any changes to their choice, that is also available over here. But as soon as the updates are done from the student terminal, you can see the changes as a teacher, so that you can make your decision to include the elective subject. So getting back to this platform, and let me refresh it again. So now the responses window is ready here. And we can click on this responses and it will immediately tell you that whatever responses students have given. Because currently only one student has responded, so the information is accordingly updated over here. That one student with name, we can see whose option is this. So that information we can see right here, that one student has selected these two options. So accordingly, all the details from the students will be updated, and you can download that in Excel format or text format, so that you can keep that in your reference. And if you have to produce that somewhere for the finalization of the curriculum, that you can use right here. So this is definitely going to help you to make any decision with the feedback of the students for the curriculum planning. And even if it requires like some planning about dates or some maybe other activities that you are going to conduct in your organization, all those options you can update here, and you can ask students to update their choices as per the requirement. After this, let us make one more change. Maybe in other window we can make that change again, because we have several topics listed over here. So let us choose, maybe in the next section we want to make certain changes. So click on this, and we again have the plugins option with us. And from here, maybe we want to create a quiz for the students. Although there are plenty of options, but let us explore one quiz option as well. So we can click on this, and it will take you to the quiz terminal. And you will see that adding new quiz to modern teaching learning tools, because I have clicked on add new activity within this topic only. So accordingly, it is updated over here. And next this, we need to add name of the quiz. So maybe we can write like a test quiz over here. And a description of this, you have to answer all questions, maybe whatever random description you want to give to the students, that we can update. And after this, if there is some grade information, timing information, that all the appearance you want to change, all those things you can update from here. So for instance, in the timing section, we can enable the quiz opening and closing time. So maybe today I made it open, and maybe it will stay active for 2 days. And how much time you want to permit to the student for their attempt. Maybe we want to give them 5 minutes or 4 minutes. So I have updated 4 minutes over here. And if there are some grades associated to this, that also you can update, like maybe 10 points or 15 points, whatever you have, you can update that. And how many attempts may be allowed, or what are the grading methods. There are different options that you can choose as per your requirement. So once the essential details are updated, we can save it, and it will take you to the next terminal to create your quiz now. So you can see the initial details are available on the top of the quiz terminal. And after this, we need to add the questions now. So we have here add question option. We can click on this. And next to this, it allows us to create different types of questions in the sequence. So let us click on add button, and we are going to add a new question. In case if you have already created a question bank, because that is also available option in your Moodle platform, then you can choose the question bank automatically. But if you want to add a new question, for example, I'm just clicking on this, and you can see here we can create several different types of questions. It includes multiple choice questions, true, false, matching statement, short answer. If there are some numerical questions, essays, everything is updated in the sequence. And for instance, I need to choose first of all a multiple choice question. I can add it, and it will give me further details about what question we need to ask. So you can see it is for this particular course, so that short name of the course is updated. Question name, for example, I can say like question number 1 it is, and what is the text of the question. So for instance, just a simple question I'm updating, what we have learned in today's session. And then we can have question status must be ready, of course, so that students can attempt it. And default mark 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to give that, you can update. Maybe I want to give 5 marks for this question. And then if there is some hint or general feedback involved, that also you can update. And next to this, we have few additional things like whether you want students to select only one answer at a time or multiple answers may be allowed. Because several times we have multiple choice questions, for home, we have more than one answer as correct. So that option you can also choose from here. And how many number of options you want to allow, that you can choose from here. Means how many options you will have, like A, B, C, D, or 2 or 4, any number of options you can have. So after this, we are here to update the choices. So whatever choice you want to give to the student. For example, choice 1, that is basically option 1 in your multiple choice question. So because we have asked that what we have learned in today's session, so maybe one option I'm updating as model. And for model, because this will be the right answer, you have to do grading with 100%. Yesterday on Google Classrooms, we have also seen that we have to mark the correct answer to make it a graded question. On Moodle platform, what we have is we have to mark grade 100% for the right answer. Although there are some intermediate grades also. So if depending upon what type of question you are entering, if there are some possibility to mark others as well, maybe some criteria you have, so that is possible. But if there is one right answer only, you can give it 100%, and for remaining you can keep it none, so that they are considered as wrong answers, and this one will be considered as right answer. So choice 1 I have updated, and maybe choice 2 we can update like Google Classrooms, and this one I'm keeping as none because this will be wrong answer. And then maybe choice 3 we can update, like maybe we can have quiz tool, and this one also I'm keeping off. And maybe last option we can have any other tool for teaching learning, like online learning, maybe just some options I have added here. And this one also I'm keeping none. And these are the only options I may need. So let me save changes. I will be using save changes, not continue editing, because save changes will display these options on the student terminal. So let us see how it works. Now the first question for the quiz is edit, and you can see it is for 5 marks. And let us add one more question. So we can use it from the same window again. And for example, for this time, now we want to create a true false type question. And we can click on this and we can add this in the terminal. And here it will first ask you the question name. So maybe question number 2. And we can say like any true false question you can give. Was the session active for 2 hours? So true or false. For this you can give maybe yes, no, whatever you have as an answer. Now in this again we can have the default marks, like for example I added 5, and then additional settings that we have already seen if you have to make. And other than this, the choices we can update. In case of your true false, whatever correct answer you have. For example, false or true, whatever is the correct answer that you can update. For example, I make it false right now. So that will be the correct answer marked as. And after this, we can save this also. So now we have 2 questions added, and you can see total marks we have assigned are 10, and accordingly 5 marks each we have added for both the questions. And the quiz platform is ready on the teacher's window. Let us see how it appears on the student side now. So we can go to the other browsers just to see how the options appear on the student window. So let me refresh this one. So here we can see the test quiz. So the timing for this test quiz is also being displayed, and the student can click on this test quiz and they will get the initial details that the time limit for this is 4 marks, grading method is the highest grade, and grade to pass are 10 out of 10. These settings definitely you can adjust from your terminal. And now students are ready to attempt their quiz. So for example, we can click on this attempt quiz option and we can start attempt. So this will be the terminal available. You can see this is like a live quiz terminal for the students, same as we conduct online exams. You can see the quiz navigation on this window, and on this terminal we can see the question list. This is almost same as the live question answers we can see in different types of online exams. So for example, first one they are attempting here and they have marked this one, and after this they can go to the next page and they can mark their second question. For example, this one is the marked one, and we can say finish attempt. So answers are saved and the student can finally click on submit all and finish. If they need to return to attempt, that is also possible from here. So we can click on submit and attempt, and it gives an answer that you won't be able to change this once you have submitted it. So we can click on this submit all and finish, and soon after that students will be able to see their answer. Because we have already marked the right choices for the answers, students are able to see that if they have attempted it right or not. So this is very easy to do platform for the students as well as, and they will able to get their answers instantly. And now what teachers will be able to see based on this. So if we go back to the teachers window again and refresh this terminal, let us see how we can see the responses. So in the test quiz section now, we can have this result section. We can click on this, and because one student right now has attempted, so we can see this information right here. So it says one student has attempted and the grades in both questions are updated here, and overall grade is also updated. And if you need to see overall average of the class, that will be also updated, since there is currently one student only, so average is updated as per that. If other students are also attempting, then update the average will be accordingly updated. And similarly, you can see the performance with graph. So how your students are progressing, that information will be also available. So this is definitely going to be very useful for the teachers to manage all the details live on the platform. So let us explore one more thing. We have some time left, and for that we can explore one terminal, which is your attendance platform. And you will see that if we check that on your Genomio website, which is the online platform, the attendance option is not there. It is missing. Why? Because that plugin is not available in this particular website. And of course, if you have the local host, there you can install that plugin for free, because the Genomio website is managed by the Genomio itself, and they do not allow users to add plugins as per their choice. But yes, if you have the local host, for example, I have one example over here. Here you can use the attendance plugin. I have already told you that how you add plugins, because I have already added one plugin over here. So I can show you managing attendance with that. So we just get some advertisements in between, so need not to worry about them. First of all, I'm using an add an activity or resource, because plugins are available within this only. This is on the local host. This we have to create with the local host. So let me just go to local host platform. If we are on the wrong site, so here we need to get back to the local host. Just a minute, because we have shifted to the plugins directory from here. So let me take it back. I can type here localhost and the name of the website that I have created. So I'm just opening that once again, because we may have lost that while searching for other boxes. And here we have the My Course option. And in this, I already have one course created, just to demonstrate you that how you can use the attendance plugin. So let me use this. I have already used one attendance plugin. So let me first delete this one, and we can see it right from the scratch. So I'm using add an activity or resource. Since in this, I have already updated one attendance plugin on the local host. So for this, I can click on attendance now. This was missing in case of your Genomio website. And now we can have some initial updates. We can say like attendance for course name, whatever course you have, like maybe the short name or whatever information you have for the attendance. And then the grade, if you have any grades, depending upon your curriculum for the attendance marking, that you can update, or a few other settings you also have. Click on save and display. And then the attendance register is ready for you. And inside this now, whenever you take a class for the students, you can add that session and you can mark student attendance from here. For example, click on add session. And for instance, you have taken one lecture today, like on 8th June, the time for the session was like maybe from 10 to 12. You have taken one session. So now you want to update session attendance for this. Maybe if you have a description for this session, like what topic you have covered on this session, maybe topic 1 you have covered on this particular session. So multiple session is also possible over here, but currently we are doing it for the single session only. So let us do one session is automatically generated, and then we are ready to update attendance for this. So whatever students are already enrolled to this particular session, their attendance will be shown over here. For example, we click on this play button to take attendance, and it will list out all the students that are already in the course. Since I have only 3 students right here now, so for these I can mark the attendance, and you will see what are the options for marking attendance. There are 4 options: P, L, E, and A. And what they represent, you will see here: present, late, excused, and absent. 4 categories of attendance they have made, because these are the normal procedures we have in different institutions. So for instance, if you want to mark same status for all the students, you can use it from here, from the top option. If it is separate for all the students, like first one is present, second one is late, and third one is absent, so that you can update from here. And if there are some remarks to be added, that also can be done. And then we can click on save and show next page. This is the attendance marking for one session. And in this manner, now you can see the attendance is updated, and this play button has now turned into the green mark. And if you want to see attendance later on also, you can just click on this green mark, and here you will see student attendance along with the final details. So because currently we have only 3 students, so that is available in this. If you have more students, so sum of all categories will be available here instantly. And once you have updated the attendance for the session, you will have an easy thing. Here you can upload attendance by CSV also. So in case if you need to update some CSV file, same as the example file we have used for uploading student information, that you can use from here. That is another option. And once you are ready with the attendance, you are also given option to export attendance. Maybe if you want to take them to some other platform, you can export the attendance and you can use that as a CSV file separately. So these are some of the essential details you will find on Moodle website, and of course all of them are very useful for the teachers. Although we could not explore all the options, all the plugins, but yes, I hope you could have got some idea about how this can be useful for you. to manage your entire session. So let me know if we have any queries, any feedbacks for the session. I hope this is the useful one for all of you and you can somehow utilize it in your